Hi, I'm Chris with Premier Guitar. We're at the Montreal Guitar Show, and we're talking with Mike Potvin of Potvin Guitars about a pair of very interesting instruments. The theory behind this, I guess, is that if you put a junior and a telly in a dark room and let nature take its course.
Take its course, exactly. Yeah.
So,
I've also been describing it as sort of a brain transplant or a brain swap between the two.
so this is the El Camino guitar,
Right.
which is sort of very much a junior, but with the telly appointments and equipment.
Right, right. So basically, a Les Paul Junior double cut body, and as you say, the junior appointments, the junior or the telly style bridge, Esquire switching. So a lot of people are wondering about what's the deal with a single pickup. Why do I need a three-way switch? But if you're familiar with Esquire switching, then you'll be right at home with that kind of thing. The other thing that seems to take people a bit by surprise is the maple neck. They always assume that, at least on the mahogany model, we're going to end up with mahogany. But that was another thing that I borrowed from the sort of the Esquire-ish world, is the maple neck. But then it starts to go sort of mix and match. So tilt back headstock on a maple neck,
Nice.
that kind of thing. But they're loaded with Lawler pickups. This one happens to have one of his special T series, and on the other models, I have used his 52 T series. So that's a little more exactly what you'd expect from a T series. It's got a telly-ish Esquire kind of bluesy sound to it, and this one. Someone walked by, took it for a spin today, and described it as a rock machine. It's got more of a spanky kind of bright sound. But
The six saddle bridge here too. Any
yeah,
particular?
I'm more than open. A lot of people are really dead set on I want 3 brass saddles, and it's a beautiful look. It's got all the mojo that you want, but a lot of people want better intonation. So 6 saddles makes sense. I even like the less traditional, the non-barrel 6 saddle bridge. That is really just there's players and there's the mojo players, and somewhere in between. All that wonderful music that you love that came off of the 50s Esquires. It's a poor intonation on a 3 saddle bridge, so
Very.
you either love that or you don't. In this model, this is Carina or White Limba, and it's taken a nod from like a 50s Explorer or a V with the black grain fill to make the grain really pop out. Yeah, exactly. And the other finish I've done so far is people they love TV yellow.
Oh yeah.
So and the thing with TV yellow is it's like grains of sand on a beach. It means different things to different people. Some people want yellow that looks like it's just been in a smoky bar since the day it was born, and other people just want faint yellow the day it came off the factory floor. So it's fun to watch people hunt through the TV yellow collection for the one they like best. But yeah, I'm open to anything with these things. What I really wanted to do was sort of bring a familiar. There's something about this guitar that I get and I love, but turn it on its ear that I can't find that anywhere else. So a lot of folks have said to me, that's just a killer guitar. Put a P90 in that, and I would buy that. I think, well, there are a lot of guys doing that, and I know them well, and I would recommend their product. You might want to chat with them. But
Well, you do have one P90 equipped guitar.
I do.
Let's take a look at that one.
This is the other offspring of that strange union. So basically, an Esquire or a Telly shape, but with the wraparound bridge and a single P90 that you would normally find in a junior, and in this case, I've sort of done a nod to the junior style pickguard, but swamp ash body, and the butterscotch finish. Everyone's got their, again, like TV yellow. Everybody's got their version of butterscotch, but caramel butterscotch, but that's the kind of thing. And in this case, I happened to I had some necks that I had made ahead of time, and they were near each other, and I thought, wow, that just kind of works. This neck is a Bacote, which is a Mexican rosewood. Like most rosewoods, it requires no finish. It's a very oily wood, but a lot of times I have to get people to touch it to understand that it's not at all gummy, or your hands are not going to get hung up on it. It actually one of the people that dropped by described it as machined out of plastic. It's exceptionally smooth and slick, and people thought that was just oh my gosh, I got to move all my guitars over to rosewood necks now. That is just something that I started doing once upon a time on sort of I've done a lot of custom one-off stuff, and when you're paying that kind of money for like a blingy quilty top, you want as little on there as possible, in my opinion. So I started to do this, and I'm sure I'm not the first to do it, but what I found was it was just a comfortable thing. You normally lock your cable in your strap anyway, so you're down there. And most people, the only concern I ever hear about is, oh man, that's going to bump my belly or something. But it's so far out there, it's not going to happen. And that just, in my opinion, makes for a cleaner front, and you don't have anything sticking out on the edge, which I've never been a fan of. So it's not quite for the Esquire or the Junior purist, but it's got enough interesting bits. And of course, so one other not so obvious bit is the Esquire that would normally not have a neck angle does with the two-pneumatic, the pigtail two-pneumatic bridge, and the Junior that normally would does not. So that's the fender swap. The scale lengths are what you would expect. So this guy's still 25.5, the other's 24 3/4. So your familiar body shape and your familiar scale, you're still where you think you are.
Yeah, you really dug in deep and worked out a pair of interesting creations.
I really did, and I thought to myself at some point, I'll mix and match. I'll put any scale length you want on here, but it's really, there's certain, sometimes too many options is just too, bewildering to people. They really have I like it that it feels like something I know, but it's different, and it seems to work.
Sounds very cool. So people interested in Potvin guitars, where can they go online?
www.potvinguitars.com.
Easy enough. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Chris.
I'm Chris. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.